My name is Haider Shah, and today I will be sharing some of my research I conducted on the life and personality of our sixth Imam, Jaffar ibn Muhammad as-Sadiq.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Imam's period of imamate was 34 years. Up to the age of 12 years, our beloved Imam Jaffar was brought up under the guidance of his grandfather, Imam Sajjad, whose main concern was to worship his maker and reflect on the tragic events of Karbala, and whose main avenue of teaching was through supplications. 22 years had lapsed since then, yet the remembrance of the tragedy of Karbala was still fresh in his memory. So as soon as Imam Jaffar gained understanding, he was profoundly touched by the continuous grief of his grandfather, so much that he himself was present during that tragedy. He was 12 years old when his grandfather, Imam Sajjad, passed away. Then up to the age of 31, he passed his time and guidance of his father, Imam Muhammad Baqir. In 114 Hijrah, Imam Baqir passed away, and the responsibilities of imamate were transferred to Imam Jaffar Sadiq. Imam Sadiq married Fatima al-Hassan, a descendant of Hassan ibn Ali, with whom he had two sons, Ismail ibn Jaffar and Abdullah al-Afdah. Following his wife's death, Imam Sadiq purchased a Berberi or Andalusian slave named Hamida Khatun, freed her, trained her as an Islamic scholar, and then married her. She bore him with two more sons, Musa al-Kazan, our seventh Imam, and Muhammad al-Dibaj. She was revered especially by women for her wisdom. She was known as Hamida the Pure. Imam Jaffar Sadiq used to send women to learn the tenets of Imam from her, that said that Hamida is pure from every impurity, like the ingot of pure gold. His profound knowledge of religion and other sciences was famed throughout the entire Islamic world. People came from distant regions to learn from him. Among them were scholars of jurisprudence, tafsir, hadith, such as Noman bin Sabit or Imam Abu Hanifa, and Malik ibn Anas, also known as Imam Malik. It is a lesson for all of us that the two great contemporary scholars were able to carry on their teachings in respective cities. Imam Abu Hanifa in Kufa and Imam Jaffar Sadiq in Medina, without conflict, even when at times their opinions differed with each other. Heads of other religions also came to discuss with the Imam students many matters of dispute, and on many occasions returned home embracing Islam. Sometimes he himself argued with the opponents, especially atheists. Apart from religious sciences, he used to teach some students mathematics, chemistry, medicine, and astronomy. Jabir ibn Hayyan, the famous pioneer of the subjects of physics, chemistry, and mathematics, was a student of our Imam, who ended up writing about 400 detailed essays based on our Imam's instructions. The jurists who learned from him and wrote several volumes of books on jurisprudence can be counted by the hundreds. Today I would like to share some of the golden sayings or narrations of Imam Jaffar as taught by our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
A Muslim always has three characteristics. 1. Knowledge about the religion. 2. Good management of life. And 3. Perseverance in the faces of calamities. The person moving to help his mu'min brother is like a person who is walking between Safa and Marwa. A 20-year friendship is a kinship. There is no provision greater than piety. There is nothing better than silence. And there is no enemy more dangerous than one's ignorance. And there is no disease worse than lies. Intellect is the guide of a believer. Certainly knowledge is a lock, and its key is a question. Some manners of the ignorant are the answer before he hears, the opposition before he understands, and the judgment with what he does not know. One who cannot keep his tongue in control will always be disgraced. Fear Allah as if you have seen Him. If you do not see Him, surely He sees you. If you think that He, Allah, does not see you, then you are a non-believer. The strongest thing Allah imposes on His creation is that they should remember Allah many times. I do not mean that they should say Allahu Akbar, Subhanallah, La ilaha illallah, though these are parts of it. I mean that they should remember Allah during the time of act. If the act leads to obedience, the person should do it. If the act leads to disobedience, the person should refrain from it. Imam Jaffar Sadiq died in the 10th year of the reign of Caliph Mansur, 148 Hijri. He had worn a signet ring with the inscription, God is my master and my defense from his creation. He lived to be 63 years old. It is mentioned by the historians that on the caliph's orders, he was given poisoned grapes in which he caused his death. Imam Jaffar Sadiq al-Islam was buried in the cemetery of Jannat al-Baqi in Medina, by the side of his father Imam Muhammad Baqir al-Islam and grandfathers Imam Sajjad and Imam Hassan.